Hello friends, and welcome back to another video with me. My name is Cotton Candy Doll. If you're new here, then welcome. Welcome all. This is a shifting video. I'm trying to be really quiet because I am not alone and I don't want to wake anyone up with my loud voice. So I want to share with you guys what happened to my hero. Actually, I talked to someone commented on my page earlier, and they were just asking me how things were going, and shout outs to you, by the way, all of you who are always there supporting me and saying that you have my back and everything. I really appreciate it a lot. You guys know I've been having a kind of a rough time going back to my hero, going to see Toshinori. Before I went there, I decided to peek in to see what he was doing, and he was sleeping. So, and this was yesterday before I went back there. And so geesh, guys, I love sharing my shifting with you guys, but I feel like maybe I went a little bit overboard when I went back there, because I went back to my hero to see Toshinori, and I was basically kind of getting the same repetitive behavior from him. He didn't really respond to me well. Everything was kind of like foggy. By the way, if this is bleeding, yeah, there's a reason for that too. So I don't know if you guys can see. Hopefully you can. The camera quality for this camera is pretty bad, so I'm not really going to worry about it too much. But I hope my voice is low. Maybe I can do like an ASMR thing with my voice low like this while I'm talking to you, but I shifted back there to see Toshinori again because I decided that enough was enough and I needed to see him. So I came to his house, I knocked on his door. I kept knocking and knocking, and Toshinori wouldn't open the door. So I considered going back home because there was no school, and I wanted to see him, you know. Just like we have weekends here, they have weekends there. The days might be different though, the time is definitely different. So I shifted there with the intention that, you know, me and Toshinori would get to spend the day together, even if we did nothing else, you know. And I already had a plan that I would try and take advantage of him if I saw him. But I decided to kind of nix it because I'm like, no, because I know Toshinori's not going to fall for it. He's gotten me plenty of times in the past, so I figure I'll just be straight up with him and just tell him what I want. And maybe he'll awaken, maybe he'll come alive. So I come in the house because after I knocked and knocked, he didn't answer. I just basically came in, the door was unlocked, which I felt like it was switching backwards because before the door was locked. And I was happy, and he was in the kitchen, and he opened the door and all this stuff. Well, now it's like he's reverting backwards or something, I don't know. Like regressing from what we had built. So when I came in, the dishes and everything were dirty. Like the whole house was dirty. It was stuff thrown all over the floor. It looked like a tornado hit it. So I went around and I started cleaning and things. I started getting everything straightened. And then I went to the kitchen. I did the dishes. And then I started making breakfast. And I'm just like, well, Toshinori is probably going to wake up when he smells the breakfast cooking. And he still didn't wake up. So I decided, hey, I'm going to take myself a little trip back to his room. And, you know, while he's sleeping, I'll wake him up with, you know, kisses. I'll wake him up with kisses. Maybe we can have like a morning, you know, make-out session or whatever. Maybe we can turn it into something. This was on my mind the entire time while I was cleaning and doing things. But then I'm like, it would be really great to sit out here and have a talk with him, just chat with him, chat it up. Maybe he can tell me like what happened to him, like, and I can try and like help him some kind of way. So I go back to Toshinori's room, and he's sleeping heavily. So I'm like, hey, Toshinori, you need to wake up. He's not waking up, so I'm just like, okay, well, obviously. So then, like, I decided to climb in bed with him, and I put his arm around me, and he's just sleeping so deeply, and but I don't want to leave because I just want to stay beside him the whole time. I don't want to leave Toshinori's side. I want to be with him, okay? And I don't know what the freak happened, but I started crying because it was like I felt like my feelings couldn't reach him. And so then Toshinori woke up and he like turned me over. He's like, "Hey, why are you crying?" He's like, "They're crying aloud." And I'm like, "I'm just worried, that's all." And I wipe my tears away. So then I'm like, well, I need to go in the bathroom because obviously my face started like, I had makeup on, so the makeup was like running off my face and stuff. And my nose was running a little bit, and I didn't want him to see me, you know, kind of a mess. And just, you know, he said that seeing me worried made him worry about me. So I was like, it's okay then. And he was like, well, I don't want you to worry. I mean, are you just upset at me because I wasn't awake to have breakfast with you? And I was like, no, I'm just worried about you in general. You're not the same. And he was not even the same. I look exactly the same. And this is how I'm supposed to look. And he became kind of defensive. And I go, whatever. So then I'm like, he's like, what do you mean whatever? He like followed me in the bathroom. So I'm in there like trying to clean my face and everything. And he's like, look at me. And he grabs my wrist and he turns me around. I'm like, what? And he's like, I want you to look at me when I talk to you. And I'm just like, I was like, why are you being like this right now? Like, I missed you. I want to be close to you. And then so I went to hug him, and he's like, don't hug me right now. I'm not in the mood to be hugged. I was like, why don't you want to be touched? Why don't you want to, you know, why don't you want me to hug you right now? And I'm thinking whatever the traumatic experience was, it was that. Whatever that had to be, so. But I'm not going to be up too late talking because I don't want to wake anyone, or it's kind of late. I wanted to do my video a lot earlier, but I decided to do it now. By the way, do you guys like my jacket? Hey, some friends of mine got it for me. Basically Toshinori's jacket, so I'm just gonna just hug it because it was just like me trying to get closer to Toshinori. So Toshinori was just like, okay. He like walked out of the room, and I just looked at his back, and I don't know what it was. He just made me so freaking mad. He knows better than to piss me off, because when I get pissed off, I'm gonna do something crazy. So I reached into his drawer and grabbed his syringe out, which, surprise, it happens to be there every time I go. It doesn't matter what I do. It's just there. I can remove it. I can, it's like everything goes back to its place. Like everything has a place and it goes back. So I grabbed it and I ran behind him, and he turned around and it jabbed him right in his stomach. And he was like, what did you do? She's like, what did you do to me? I said, you know what's going to happen to you. Quit playing. And so like I started pushing him, and he just got so weak. He just like fell on the bed. So he fell and he was kind of sprawled out like this. So then I was like, oh, you poor thing, let me help you. So I went on the other side of the bed and I put my arms like under his and I pulled him onto the bed. So then I had like his crotch in my face on purpose. And I'm just like, what will happen if I pull this down? And I started pulling it down. And he's like, stop it. Stop doing this to me. What do you think you're doing? And I was like, are you really going to ask me what I think I'm doing? I think you know what I'm about to do. So I didn't, I started touching him. He was like protesting the whole time. And I'm like, are you going to keep protesting? Are you going to cry? He's like, you don't want to do this right now. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. So I was like mocking him. I'm like, you don't want to do this right now. You don't want to do this right now. But I'm like playing with him. So then he's becoming hard, and I have like my fingers around him, and I'm kind of like this, okay? So then I'm getting a reaction out of him. He's like starting to like tense and tighten. But then he's looking at me, he's really pissed. He's like glaring at me. So I'm like, I wonder how long that's gonna last. Like he's done to me. He said that to me plenty of times. So then I was like, what should I do next? I'm like, it's your fault that this is happening to you, because you ignored me all this time and you didn't pay attention to your precious cotton candy doll. So of course I'm going to do this to you. He's like, this is assault. You're violating me. And I said, so, because if I violated you this way, I go, if you violated me this way, what? What? And he was just like, oh. He didn't have any words. He was just like mad. He's like, I can't believe I can't freaking move. I swear, yo, I swear, yo, if I see you again, if you ever do something like this to me, and I'm like, are you gonna come? And I make that So I do like this I start making noises and stuff, and he's like, stop it. He's like, you're just trying to egg me on. So then like I'm like turned on from this, and I'm like, I don't know if this is enough for me. But he seems really angry, right? So obviously he's probably gonna take revenge on me next time. So it's better if I get on my play in now, right? I might as well, especially if I'm gonna be punished later. So next I put it in my mouth, and he like, as soon as I do, he like, his love milk just comes out, and I just like swallow all of it. So then he was just like shaking, but then he was like angry. He was like, okay, he was like shaking with rage. He was like this with his hands, but he could like, he was doing like this. So I'm like, oh, he's starting to get back his feeling. Well, I better hurry if I plan on doing anything else. And he's like, you're trying to do more to me? And I'm just staring at him. I'm like, yeah, there's more I want to do to you. I was like, stay right here. Oh, but you can't move anyway. So I went in his cabinet, and I took out the strawberry. I had the strawberry syrup, and so he was laying on the bed, and he couldn't move. I took it, and I like ripped his shirt off of him. So I ripped his shirt open. I pulled his pants all the way off, because before I had him pulled down, I had him pulled it all the way off. And he's like, how dare you expose me this way? What do you mean, how dare I? Like, why are you talking so weird, Toshinori? So I take the syrup, and then I try and like squeeze it out, but it's not uncapped, so I have to open the whole thing. Whoops, I accidentally spilled some of it out, like onto the bed, and I'm like, whoops. And he's like, you did not just spill it on my bed. So then I start laughing. So then I take the nozzle, I like tighten it on the strawberry syrup, and then I take it and I start doing like this, like pouring it all over his face, all over his body, getting him on, just like completely drenching him in soap, and I'm all the way down to his hair. And he's like, calling candy doll, I swear. Like, you swear what? You swear what? So then I like kissed him. I like force kissed him, and he like pursed his lips. But then he started kissing me back, but then he like bit my lip. So he bit me. So it's been hurting for a while. He didn't bite it terribly hard. The bite was like a warning, kind of, because I felt like chills when he did it. It was just like, I'm like, yeah, he's gonna get me if I ever like. When he bit me, it wasn't a bite that he was trying to like bite it wasn't a real bite. It felt like it felt like a lust bite. Like he wanted to do something to me, but he couldn't because he was like stuck. So I said, okay, so that's the Toshinori I want to see, because he's starting to come out. So then, after I got off, I was completely sticky and covered, and I was just like, I want to ride him, but I feel like he's starting to like wake up from it. So I started looking around for more needle, and I'm just like, I'll just be really quick. I'll just do a quickie on him really fast. I'll just, violate him completely. That way when I get my punishment, I guess it'll all be like, I deserved it or whatever. I'll get what I deserve, but I mean, at least I did what I wanted, right? At least I get to take it full advantage of him. So I'm just enjoying this. I'm enjoying him like, no, don't do this. I'm just like, it's like you're a whole different person, your attitude and everything. So then like, I turn him over so that he's on me. But what I do first is I sit on him, like on top of him. So I'm like this, and it's like really tight because like I haven't had any from him in a while. And so like, oh, by the way, this is a cringy video. Yes. This video is cringy. I decided, I'm going to add a little bit of detail because I haven't told you guys I haven't talked about this in a while. Like sexual stuff with Toshinori, so I figured it's okay to do it now. So I'm sitting there, so he's like in me, like waist deep. And I have my legs wrapped around him on purpose, and I'm like trying to pull him down to me. Because honestly, I want him to like pound me, okay? I want him to start. I want him to come out of it and like start doing this, and I want to hit a rhythm with him. And if we're like making love with each other, it's like, so now he was trying to like, at this point, he was already like really hard again. And I felt him like pulsating in me, but he wasn't moving. He was like really, really resisting. But then he like brought his lips down to my neck. He started like licking. He started licking my face, and I like, but the lick was so freaking weird. He was like whispering to like, wait to see. He was like, wait. He was like, what did he say? God. He said, what I'm gonna do to you. But his voice changed. It didn't sound like Toshinori. I was just like, what the heck? So I was frozen. He was like waist deep in me. I'm frozen. And, but the way it is, okay. So he came out of it, okay. But my legs were wrapped around him. And so get the mental image of him on top of me, like, okay, so my legs are on him. I wasn't naked because I didn't take off any of my clothes. I just kept on my little skirt or whatever because I didn't want to like, okay, I basically wore like a schoolgirl outfit, okay. Instead of wearing like the all black one, I wore a white one because I figured it would get dirty and I wanted to look dirty because I wanted to be a dirty little girl. So I'm sitting on it. I mean, I'm not sitting on it. He's on me, and we're kind of stuck like that. And then he does this. He goes, he like does that, and he does this with his hands, and then everything around us starts changing, but I'm still on the freaking bed with him. My head starts like pounding, and then so everything around us starts to change, but it's weird. It's like white walls, and then there's like doors, and all the doors are starting to open, and every time they open, it's like wind coming out of it. So now I'm kind of freaking out. I let go of him, and then, but he wouldn't let go of. He had my like legs because he was still like in me. He held my legs there, and I was close to climaxing because of what was happening. I just didn't know. It just seemed like a rough Toshinori, like an animal, and so like I really wanted to feel that, but at the same time I was really frightened by what the heck was happening. So I called my guide, and my guide basically went through him to get me because he was like holding on to me so tight. And at that moment, right before I shifted out, I thought to myself, what if this is not Toshinori? What if I just forced myself on someone that wasn't him? He got to see me at my weakest and most like pivotal point. Like he got to see it. So I'm just like, who was it though? Like I have no idea who it was. So was it Toshinori? Maybe. Whoever it was, I mean, it's really not my fault it happened, right? If I like screwed someone else, it's not my freaking fault because he looked like Toshinori, okay? How was I supposed to know? I knew he was acting weird or different, but they said something happened to him, and I figured it was trauma. If it wasn't trauma, I mean, what can I say? There's nothing I can do about it, right? So like, so coming back here, I really, really thought about that, and I didn't want to give away any spoilers because someone had been asking me about it. I kind of told them a little bit, but I didn't tell them everything that happened. I just told them I did something, and I think I might regret it, which I think I do, because if I did egg on whoever it was that was in Toshinori's body, I may have opened up a door I can't close, or it might be something that's, I don't know. So I'm gonna pause the video for 2 seconds. Hold on. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. But anyway, yeah, so now I'm kind of stuck. I don't know what to do. And I don't think I want to go back there for a while. Like, I need to figure out what's up with Toshinori. But now I need to like completely avoid him, because I feel like I'm definitely a target after all the crap I did to him. It was freaking hilarious to see him covered saying stop and yelling stop at me while I was like covering him in a strawberry. Like, that was just the funniest thing ever. I could not stop laughing. But yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that. Even though I got what I wanted, even though I got a piece of him, I kind of regret it, because it's like, well, did I really get Toshinori or did I get someone else? Like, I just don't know. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys real quick. I would shift back there tonight, but I just don't know. I really been thinking about if I want to shift back there tonight. I might still do it. If I do, I probably won't go by Tushinori's house because I just don't know. So you guys might be getting another video tomorrow. Or not, it really depends. I'll be releasing my Candy Crush video tomorrow for you guys. So yeah, I guess I'll end the video here. Please comment. Please tell me what you think about what I should do. If you like this video, don't forget to give this video a like. And if you hated it, you know what to do. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way you're notified when other videos like this one becomes available. Ding! Guys, I don't know. I don't know what I should do. Yeah, I think I regret it. I can't change what I did, so I'm gonna own up to it. That's all I can do. I'm done running away. I'm not a coward. So yeah. Alright, I'll see you in my next video. What in the world is why is my alarm going off? I said I would be done with this video by midnight. Yeah, I guess it's midnight. Alright, guys. I'll talk to you guys in my next video. See you next time. Thank you for watching.